Kylian Mbappé makes €1 every second. While you've been watching this video, he's already made 20 bucks. By the time it ends, he'll have made over $500. And he hasn't done anything. He's probably just sitting on a couch. Welcome to football, the sport where some players make more in a minute than most Americans make in a month. But here's the twist. Not every player is rich. Some make millions. Some make less than your local barista. And the position they play decides almost everything. In the next 8 minutes, you'll learn which football position pays the most, which one pays the least, and which one is the biggest scam in sports. Let's start at the top of the food chain. Strikers, also called forwards. Their entire job is to score goals. That's it. They don't tackle much. They don't defend. They stand near the other team's goal and wait to ruin someone's day. And for that, they get paid like rock stars. The average elite striker in the English Premier League makes about $9.5 million a year. The best striker in the world, Erling Haaland, signed a contract paying him £525,000 per week. That's not a typo, per week. Mbappé makes even more. Around €31 million a year, or about €85,000 every single day, including the days he's on vacation. Why so much? Simple. Goals win games. Games sell tickets. Tickets sell TV deals. TV deals print money. And strikers are the ones who pull the trigger. No goals, no glory, no cash. It's the most rewarded job in world sports, and there's a reason every kid on every playground says they want to be a striker. S-Band +2 Nicks. Next up, midfielders. Think of midfielders as the brain and the lungs of the team. They run the most, pass the most, and decide the entire flow of the game. If strikers are the snipers, midfielders are the generals, and they get paid almost as much. The average elite Premier League midfielder makes about $9.3 million a year, just a step behind strikers. Stars like Kevin De Bruyne earn £400,000 a week. Here's the surprising part. Midfielders work the hardest on the field. They sprint up to 8 miles per match. Strikers stand around. Midfielders are dying, and they're still getting paid less than the guys who barely move. That's football economics for you. Effort doesn't pay. Goals do. SPL football now. We drop down to defenders. Their job is the opposite of strikers. Stop goals. Block shots. Make sure nobody scores. It's brutal, physical, and thankless, and their bank account reflects it. The average elite defender in the Premier League makes around $7.5 million a year. Still incredible money, but noticeably less than the guys up front. Why? Because defending is invisible. You stop a goal, nobody notices. You miss one, the entire country roasts you on Twitter. There's no highlight reel for great tackle. There's only highlight reels for goals. And whoever creates the highlights gets the bag. The one exception. A defender who can also attack, like Trent Alexander-Arnold or Reece James, can break the bank. Two-way players are gold dust. Been known. Here's where it gets really wild. Goalkeepers. The most important player on the team. The last line of defense. One mistake from them, and your team loses. And yet, on average, they're the lowest paid position in football. The average elite goalkeeper in the Premier League makes about $6.5 million a year. That's millions less than a striker who might only play half the game. Why? 2 reasons. First, every team only uses one goalkeeper. There's no rotation. Backup keepers warm the bench for years, making tiny money. Second, goalkeepers don't score goals, and football pays for goals. But here's the plot twist. The very best goalkeepers in the world, like Gianluigi Donnarumma, break the rules. They get paid like superstars. Because elite goalkeepers can save a team's entire season, the gap between an average keeper and a great keeper is bigger than at any other position. So if you're an average goalkeeper, you're underpaid. If you're elite, you're a millionaire. There's no middle ground. Nom. Let's blow your mind with some real numbers. Mbappé earns 11 times more than the average La Liga player. 11 times. The average top-flight player in Spain makes about €2.8 million a year, which is already insane. Mbappé makes 31 million. That's the gap between elite and average at the same job. Classement Liga player. But here's what nobody tells you. Most professional footballers are not rich. In Major League Soccer, the American League, the minimum salary in 2026 is around $104,000 a year. Sounds great. Until you remember, these are full-time athletes. Compare that to Lionel Messi, who makes $25 million a season at Inter Miami. Same league, same job title, 240 times the salary. That's not a gap. That's a canyon. Drop down to lower leagues across the world, and many pro players earn less than your local plumber. The dream is real, but for most, it's a tough dream. MLS capology. So why does this matter for the 2026 World Cup? Because the salary gap shapes everything you'll watch. The richest players come from countries with the strongest leagues. Europe and South America dominate because their players earn enough to train full-time, year-round. Smaller nations are climbing fast, but the financial gap is massive. When the USA plays a smaller country, you're watching two completely different financial worlds collide on the same pitch. And sometimes, the country with the lower salaries wins. That's the magic of the World Cup. Quick recap. Strikers make the most because goals are king. Midfielders are second because they run the show. Defenders earn solid money but rarely get headlines. Goalkeepers are underpaid on average, but the elite ones cash in big. And the gap between the top and bottom of football is the wildest in all of sports. Here's the final thought to remember. Mbappé makes more in 1 hour than most people make in a year. But there's a 19-year-old in some lower league right now making minimum wage, dreaming of becoming the next Mbappé. That's football. Stupidly unfair, beautifully ambitious, and impossible to look away from. If this opened your eyes, subscribe. The World Cup is coming, and the numbers only get crazier from here.